you know, if you go back to how artists were found, A&Rs, they were in the clubs, they were working the clubs, and A&R person would come in and watch them, and then see them in another place and think, wow, okay, so they're performers first, and then they audition to see, okay, what else do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to 2015s and stuff. It's like if you want to audition, you stay behind your computer and write a perform and just keep plugging out stuff on IG and Facebook and YouTube, and somebody will say, "Oh, this looks pretty hot," and it's getting all these views, and that's how
Right.
you get signed, um, not based on the raw talent, and so you get signed by that. You've not done gigs, you've not done concerts, you've not sung in public or even busking on the street. So now you're like, okay, you've got this talent as a songwriter, you've got these songs, but you've not really perfected the art of performing. Before it used to be, you've got the stuff. Now you need to perform, and then we find discovery that way, and that's a change. Who is it that's Jimmy Love Jenkins, former VP of promotions at Uptown? He says, look, you know, today we're not going to be signing no Jill Scott or Erykah Badu. It's all about views. It's if it's all about impressions and how
Mm-hmm.
popular people can see you are. So they're not going to pay to sign talent anymore. And I don't know if you've seen that clip by Nicki Minaj
Nicki Minaj, yes.
where she talks about she ran into an artist who got dropped by the label, and she said, "Well, you're very talented. What's going on?" And it seems as if the label were like, "Look, you're not as popular anymore. You're not getting the views and likes. Forget your talent. It's about the popularity. We're selling popularity, not talent." And it resonated. Do you know who else had a conversation about that? Q-Tip.
Ooh.
Q-Tip.
Oh, okay.
So Q-Tip had a recent interview, and he said, "Look, he got this female rapper, and he had a production deal at Columbia Records because of he helped sign Nas and
Mm-hmm.
Rod Digger and a couple of other people. So he was in. He said, "Look, I want to set up an audition for this female that I think is hot that we should go for." And the female rapper comes with her family. All the executives of Columbia and Def Jam, they were there. They listened, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, not bad." Then somebody, one of the executives comes and said, "Yeah, I've just checked her social media, and she doesn't have that many views, not many impressions, so we don't think it's going to be a hit." And he was like, "Are you kidding me?" And he's like, this girl's going to be. They said, "No, we don't think it's worth it." So they passed on it. And he says he had Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm.
That was the artist he brought to them.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the
Wow.
artist he brought because her mum was a rapper and they all had everything. He had the package, he could see it, but they're like, no, we've checked her on YouTube, and she was independent back then, just doing her own thing,
Right,
but it wasn't
right.
catching on, and that's what they based it on. They didn't base it on.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, that is a little shock twist at the end that was Megan Thee Stallion. But did she have her plastic surgery and her butt shots and all that stuff in the image? Because that's really what I'm curious. Like, was she the Megan Thee Stallion we know today, or was she Megan the Pony then? Like, was she somebody different? But I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I heard and I agree, but I'm gonna pull from your famous line that you say a lot. Um, the record companies are not a charity, so they have to make money, and it makes sense that they are looking at that because they're looking at how much investment do we have to go because social media has been so influential in so many different things now. It's just taken off to where um now you don't have to put all the million, which they used to do, put the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars into promoting and marketing and payola, which still goes on today. They keep acting like it's not, but payola still goes on today with the radio stations. Um, and I know because I worked at a radio station. And but anyway, they don't have to do all that because there's already a built-in audience that is paying attention to you, that is that is, following you. So, which is weird because there's a flip side to that too. We talked about Ashanti. Now, Ashanti has, I believe, maybe 10 million followers. I haven't looked at it. But why is it that you have 10 million followers, but you can't sell 100,000 copies of your album? Isn't that weird? These new artists, a lot of them, they have millions and millions of followers,
Yeah.
but they can't even move like 50,000 copies in the first week. Isn't that strange? But that's a whole nother conversation. But I mean, if you want to speak on it, you can. But it's just, I think that it's unfortunate, and it was surprising that Nicki Minaj came out and said this. Nicki is one of those artists I kind of feel like should take some blame for the industry not paying attention to talent anymore, because she's another one that was more of an image driven artist, and but she is talented. I will give her, she's talented, but we can't deny that her overall image and packaging is what sold her as an artist. But I do
Well,
respect
I,
Nicki
I, I
because I
know
do
I
know
know
she
when
respects
I interviewed
creativity
Bow-Legged
too.
Lou, they actually discovered Nicki Minaj,
Did
and
they? Okay.
they tried to bring her out back in the late 90s, early 2000s. But her style of her rapping, and there were not many female MCs that were making it. Rod Digger and Rage, they weren't as many. So
Ooh,
after
don't tell Nicki's real age now. Was this
after
around that time?
after
Don't tell her real
Foxy
age.
and Little Kim had
I'm
sort
just
of
playing.
fallen off, there was a sense that there was that sort of 2000s where there were not many female MCs, and so they couldn't find a way. But then I can't remember the full story about how they gave it to Cash Money, and they were the well-oiled machine, and they were able to do with her as they did with Drake, and sort of like put them out before they
Right.
decided to go into the direction that they felt more comfortable with. But yeah, I mean, I think she's in an established position where she's now realizing that, wow, we didn't realize it's like that, because she was signed to a major, so she had the backing. It's a
Right.
lot different when, because when you're signed, you don't really looking around. Now you can come out and look around and think, oh, how come you're not still not performing and stuff? How come they've dropped you? What's going on? And it's like, wow, is it like that? Because you don't know.
Isn't it interesting how these people, certain people, famous people, celebrities, they don't ever come out with the truth or how they really feel until they're not hot anymore. So now Nicki's not hot, so now she's telling the truth. So she's telling the truth about the industry. Isn't that funny that once they're no longer benefiting from the machine and they're no longer on top of the charts and everyone's not like, you know, looking at everything they're doing, now all of a sudden they're actually telling the truth and saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, the industry isn't looking for talent. Oh, you know what? I am miserable. Oh, I'm not really happy. I never was happy when I never did like that particular song. It's funny when they're no longer benefiting, they all of a sudden start spilling the truth. When
but
so-called haters like me will say it, and I'm a hater if I say it, but if she says it, it's like, oh, well, Nicki said it. I've been saying this for years, but I
no,
mean,
but no, is it a case where she's no longer? I thought she's in a place where it's not an issue anymore.
maybe it may be. I mean,
Um,
I like Nicki. I do. I see the genuine person beyond the theatrics and the characters that she plays on television. I do see the genuine person in there sometimes, but like I said, and I tell people this all the time, the industry is a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's very cut and throat. The personas that are presented to you are not always what they seem. But I do commend her for bringing that out and saying that, because it's very true. The industry is not about talent anymore. It's about clicks and views, your popularity, your following, your social media presence. So if you really want to be, this is to the people that want to be in the industry. If you really want to be in the industry, get those numbers up. I don't care if you have to fake them, get them up, buy them, whatever you got to do, because that's what's going to get you the attention. If you at least look like you're a star
yeah.
and you have a following, someone will pay you attention. But if you're just the girl in her bedroom playing her guitar and singing her, you're playing multiple instruments like a young prince. You're playing all these instruments, you're writing all your lyrics, you're singing on the street, but you have like 300 followers, no one's gonna give you a chance, you know? So it is what it is, and it's
Well, is it
unfortunate.
possible if we let me just play it and just because some people might say, "Oh, what are you guys talking about?"
The
And
clip? Oh, sure.
yeah,
Yeah, let's look
so
at it. Let's take a look.
yeah, so um let me play it so that you guys could have a listen and what she says.
And one singer told me this label recently dropped her. And it really hurt me. And I was just like, I listened to this girl's record, and she's super talented. And I listened to other people they have on their label, and I'm just like, yikes. It's really all a popularity contest. Labels do not care about talent anymore. It's about your popularity. So the music industry has changed drastically because of that. So when I was growing up, I would put on the radio and hear talented people. When you guys put on the radio now, you hear popular people, right? And that's the difference. So you gotta hold on and treasure the ones that are still here, not because of popularity alone.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, I agree. But who was that singer? Why can't you say the name of the singer? Was it Normani? Like, I want to know who the singer was that was dropped. Because
Oh,
it's a lot of
yeah,
I wonder who it was. But
yeah.
anyway,
But
um
it is very ironic coming from her because it's like, so did we listen to you because of your popularity or because of your talent, or did we listen to you because of what you were talking about and how you looked when you were singing
right, you're
about it? So
gyrating
yeah,
that
so
butt, like
I'm like, and why is she
the
talking about the labels now? Because like, oh yeah, they've gotten rid of me, so let's fight them back. Let's stick it to them kind of thing. So
right, I mean, because she's in the same boat. I mean, does she still have a record deal? I don't know what's going on with Nicki, but she's been having a string of bad luck lately. So,
yeah, well,
but
Nikki, if you do want to
I
come and
respect
talk,
her for saying
don't
that.
worry, we'll iron it
Yeah,
out.
let's
So
see what we can maybe we can get an interview with Nicki next. Let's
yeah,
see.
yeah,
She might be she might be humbled now.
yeah.
The songs ain't they not singing selling like they used to be. Maybe she be a little humbled now. She can talk to two, nobodies on the internet. But we're somebody's, trust me. But no,
Yeah.